I had developed an addiction to alcohol, having been a pastor for 25 years, and just was in the process of struggling, not knowing how to really handle life.
No matter how hard I tried to stop, it just seemed like it was impossible, you know.
I grew up having everything, and one DUI, I lost it all.
For the first time in my life, I had fear. I was scared. The fact that being a convicted felon and an ex-convict was making it very difficult to find work.
The company downsized and they let go of me. And I went in kind of a tailspin. I got depressed. I started drinking and self-medicating.
I knew then that I was a mess. I was really a mess.
At one point I sat down and said to myself, when were I never able to go to work? Why is this happening to me?
I was really good at hiding it from everyone, my family, my friends. I was really good at hiding it from myself.
But I knew it was there, and it kept eating away at me slowly and slowly.
Satan got his hooks in me one day and led me to heroin, and I could not put it down. It robbed me of everything.
I had drug deposits in my lungs. I had an aneurysm, an open heart. I had a stroke. I was just a mess at 50 years old.
You know, she had gotten to the point that she had had enough, and while I was in a 30-day program down in Lauderdale, she filed for divorce.
Because of my addiction, I ultimately alienated myself from my family.
We were on our way back from Columbus, Georgia. We had gone to an all-night bar, and I had just started drinking, and John was 3 years older than I was. He was my idol. He was. I mean, we looked alike. He was an inch taller than me, but we could have passed for twins. We had a car accident, and I didn't have a scratch on me. Not one scratch, not one bruise. John had broke his neck, and the paramedic said he probably didn't feel a thing. And from that day on, my mother didn't speak. From 33 up until 58, we didn't speak until Mother died 2 years ago.
My brother and I, growing up, have been best friends. I mean, we were inseparable, and because of the amount of pain I've put my family through, it's taken almost a year for him to even speak to me.
My addiction got to the point where I ended up losing my job, being homeless.
Having been a pastor for 25 years now, looking at divorce, my family had pretty much isolated themselves from me.
The girl that I was living with kicked me out, and I was homeless. I had lost, through a variety of bad business decisions, I lost everything I owned except for some clothes, and that was about it.
There were probably 4 or 5 lies that I began to listen to. You know, God didn't love me. I was beyond hope. You know. I'd be better off dead. So, you know, pretty soon it wasn't just Satan telling me the lies, it was my own mind feeding on that.
You know, I came here pretty broken, really all alone, and starting over from ground zero.
One of the toughest questions I get is how do you measure success and how do you know a person has succeeded? And the question becomes, how do you measure transformation? I'm really high on physical exercise. I think it is a huge component to getting clean and staying clean. So here you have people whose brains and bodies are craving narcotics in a bad, destructive way. And if you get out and exercise, your brain produces narcotics that are healthy, that actually heals the body, heals the mind, helps you deal with stress, helps you deal with depression, helps you deal with anxiety.
Just like breathing now, I have to go out there and exercise now. You know, it gets me going, it gets me, my synapses firing, it gets me ready to, you know, I feel good. It's like drinking better than a cup of coffee.
We try to get the guys a savings account so that when they get out of Central Care Mission, they're just not broke.
They got me in a position financially where I could get transportation, and that got me in a position where I could get some better paying jobs because I could travel to them.
I managed to pick up a job doing wood floors, and I've been working there for about 5 months now.
I was blessed. Spence saw that I had something to offer here, and asked if I wanted to go on staff and help out. So
I started doing intakes and helping guys find jobs and helping with transportation, and then eventually get into case management and counseling. And I'm real proud of what I do now.
We can tell as we talk to guys, those who embrace journaling, those who embrace solitude and silence, those who embrace reading, those who embrace going to a local church and getting involved.
The one Sunday we go down to the downtown church and volunteer to serve breakfast, I feel good about that, and I'd like to do more of that. And that's where I think I would feel like, I'm well on my way when I'm able to help give back.
From everything from the chores to the hours to the Sunday morning breakfast really gave me a sense of accomplishment again.
When I go, I make coffee and I help out with serving the plates if necessary.
Spent my mornings and days in the garden and my afternoons and evenings in the kitchen. It's given us healthy, quality food by growing our own stuff.
The garden is indispensable to me spiritually. That's my time out there with the Lord.
It's a spiritually based, rehab center. And that's the thing I like the most about it is God is here.
I was looking for a program that was going to combine all the elements of getting better and healing, which to me it became seeking God because I knew I couldn't do it by myself.
Every day's got better. God's just changed my life completely.
I understand that God won't come in if I don't open up. He's not going to force his way in.
I had really become a blasphemer. I'd really defamed God. My kids heard me cuss. My wife heard me cuss God out. And to be in a place where I am publicly praising God again, that's good. It's good for my soul. It's good for my heart.
It does take fear and absolute terror, maybe, in one's mind to get them to a point where they have to make a conscious decision to change their life.
There is a burden that rolls off the heart of a man when he takes the proper steps to say I'm sorry, to ask for forgiveness, and to move into really reconciliation and then restoration.
Actually, I started going to college at Valencia, the West Campus, which is very close to here. And I'm taking computer programming and analysis.
I am looking at options as far as going back to school for cooking. Want to get my license back and eventually get a bank account, credit card, place to live.
I had really felt God telling me to work on redeveloping and trying to win my wife's heart back again.
And just recently I was able to see, to reunite with my wife and kids. I talked to my son just about a week ago, and he's doing real well. He's thinking of coming down and visiting me.
I wasn't spending enough time with my daughter. I was ignoring my family. Now my relationships with my family are excellent. I feel a better person. I feel like a whole again, because I was missing so much before. There was just gaps everywhere.
It's been a big juggling act, and somehow, by the grace of God, it has all managed to kind of come together.
I only dreamed of living a normal life without drugs and stuff, and now I know I can do it.
I mean, let's face it, I've got a big mountain to climb, but it's possible for anyone, one step at a time.
51 years old, I have a future still left.
I'd love for my daughters to be able to stand here and see me right now.
Anything's possible here if you're willing to put the work into it.
I know when I leave here, I'm going to be a better person for me and for my children.
The things you do in Central Care Mission to keep you clean, those are the things you need to do when you leave Central Care Mission to keep you clean.
We make a commitment when we come in here, and it'll be the first commitment that I've kept in a long time.
About a month and a half ago, Spence had asked me if I would want to be the campus pastor here at Central Care. And that may be the first time they've ever had somebody in that position, especially as a resident, So he's trying to do some things to help me and direct me to get back in a ministry mindset again. So that's been very good for my self-concept. It's been very good for just my relationship with God.